Hello.
Hi.
Whoever's out there.
Yeah, if you are out there.
So if you are just joining us for the first time, I am Kelly.
I'm Bob.
And I'm Kaya.
So today we are talking about Disney Springs restaurants.
3 of them,
Yay.
to be more specific.
Exactly. So we're kind of combining a couple of our past trips.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, Cindy. Hi, One Big Shy. Hi, Emma and John.
Hello.
Okay, who is it? Is it Emma or is it John? I don't know. Which one of you is awake?
I betcha it's John.
So like I was saying, yay, you have a beard. Yay. Cheers.
Cocktails.
Happy Friday. Oh, it's Saturday, isn't it? Happy Saturday.
Saturday.
So weird. Everything's backwards.
It is backwards. We're backwards. So we are talking about 3. Oh, hi, Bills. We're talking about some Disney Springs restaurants that we have been to recently. Hi, Emma. We used to do some Food and Booze Friday reviews, so we thought we would do a Food and Booze live.
And we would combine some and just like knock 3 out at once.
Yeah, and just to preface this and to be fair, 2 of these restaurants were right after they reopened, and they still hadn't gotten
Their groove
back yet, and,
Right.
the menus were shorter because I just checked their menus and they're longer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
they have more
which
choices.
is really good news, I think. If because when we were there, like Bob said, the menus were quite short. So if they are expanding their menus, I take that as a really good sign. Yeah. So do you guys have anything to say before we jump in?
Welcome all to this lovely magical place on earth.
Welcome to this happy chat. We hope you guys are all having a great night or morning, wherever you are. So we have broken down our restaurants into, we're going to do some categories.
It's a little rubric.
Rubric.
Mm-hmm. Fancy words.
Kaya's throwing out the big words.
Uh-oh. What's a rubric?
But yeah, what is a rubric anyway?
So like when you write an essay for a grade, there's this little like thing, and it kind of helps the professors or teachers or whatever you're doing the grade for. It like kind of helps them grade it.
Oh, because they got to check off to make sure you got all the right information.
Like spelling errors and how to categorize what.
Wow, I just learned something today.
Hi, John. We got Emma and we got a John.
We got both.
Yay!
So you guys count as 2.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you want to get started?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so first we are going to talk about Chef Art's Homecoming. Like I said, all of these are Disney Springs restaurants. So we are going to talk about Chef Art's first.
Yeah, we've always wanted to go to Chef Art's but it's hard to get a reservation there. But fortunately, since the crowds were low, we got a reservation.
Rubric can be a puzzle cube also.
Yeah, a rubric cube.
Yeah, Chef Art's is actually pretty hard to get into. It's very popular. So let's go with our first impressions.
First impressions. Okay, so first off, the first impression was that, and again, they were just, getting back into the groove. We did the online check-in, and it took a little while. I actually had to go up to them and remind them that we were there so we could get seated.
Yeah.
And, and we got seated, but, it's, what would you expect Chef Art's to look like?
Pretty much what it looked like.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah. Homey, Southern,
Tennessee Moonshine Festival.
Okay.
Actually, more Georgia.
Tennessee moonshine. Yeah, I think it is more Georgia.
Well, they sell moonshine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If any of you guys have been to Chef Art's, let us know in the chat and kind of play along with us, because we are going to do, with each of our categories, we're going to do a love it, hate it, or just right.
Right? I wasn't so strong. I just said like it, dislike it.
Okay, like it, dislike it, just right.
I don't think there's anything that I hate at Disney. I do love a lot of stuff, but
That's true.
it's just stuff. But I don't think there's anything I hate.
Okay. So with our first impressions, we're going to include vibe, menu, and greeting.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So with your
service. It's greeting / service.
So with your first impression.
My first impression was pretty much what I expected. So I would say just right, because it was, you're supposed to, it's down home. It's called Chef Art's, down home Chef Art's. And I'm used to the South, and that's exactly what I thought it would be.
I know, Shea farts. We've called it Shea farts before.
Constantly.
Yeah.
So Kaya, so like it, dislike it, or just right? You said just right?
I said just right.
Okay.
I personally liked it. You know, I've always liked the whole Southern vibe. I'm not fully Southern, but I like to think I'm an honorary Southern. So it was very like cowboy square dancing bar, you know, and it was nice. I really liked it.
Hi, Mr. Mike.
Hello.
Hello.
So I actually loved it. My first impression was I loved it right away. I thought the energy was good in there. I liked the atmosphere. I liked the whole vibe of the place. All rise for my temple.
Amen.
Yeah, so for me, I loved it right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you love about it?
I like I said, I liked the vibe of it. I liked the energy of the place. I liked the menu. It was good comfort food. I liked where we sat. I liked the people. The bartenders were super cool. We sat at the bar. So what?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say I got to tell you guys that this is like probably the one place that we've had any kind of disagreement on.
Oh yeah.
Like we never disagree.
Like hardly ever, but
Yeah.
you know this.
We have some different opinions on this one.
Yeah, just a few.
Okay, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, what else is on our list?
So then we're gonna go to halfway through our experience. Did our impression change?
No.
No, we already did that. We wrapped all that together.
Oh, are we doing? Oh, okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
I didn't
next.
realize I didn't say anything about the menu.
Or the greeting.
or the
Okay, well,
greeting.
do you want to talk about the menu or the greeting? Because I already did.
She talked about. I don't
She
even
did.
went right over my head.
Okay.
Do you want to talk about the menu or the greeting?
Well, the menu we've already said. I guess I've said some because it was limited, and
Mhm.
you know the choices were good. It's just I wanted more.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I did too. Sometimes the limited stuff you kind of have to settle for something you like. Fortunately, that didn't happen at this restaurant, but sometimes the limited menu is just a teensy weensy bit sucky.
And again, with that little asterisk on there, we know they were just
Yeah.
restarting. So
Right.
It's not their fault.
No, it's not their fault. And,
No.
you know, probably by the next time we go, it'll be hopefully back to a more full menu.
yeah, well,
Right.
like I said, I've already looked at it and it's already bigger.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there's some things on there that I would have really loved to had.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. What about your greeting? You kind of already talked about that.
Yeah, I
too.
learned
You have
about
to
my
wait.
greeting because your hostess is a big part of your greeting. It starts your thing off. And like I said, they must have just been frazzled or whatever because it was kind of lost in the shuffle. And, you know, that happens.
Yeah, yeah. Hi there, Bobby. How are you doing? Thanks so much for joining us. So are you ready to move on?
Are you
Yeah.
ready to move on?
I haven't done my greeting.
Okay, go ahead.
So I will preach this till the day I go to my grave. But cast members are fabulous, and they will always be fabulous, or at least most of them. And I don't really have a problem with any of the servers. The servers are really nice, and they get to you as fast as they can, especially when everything's a rush and hectic. I like the servers. They're
Okay.
great.
So your greeting was good.
Yeah. It was,
Okay.
nice.
Was that a good experience?
There was that about. It's like, woo! We went way around the barn on that one.
Yeah, you guys don't have comfort food like Southern
Mm-mm.
comfort food like we do.
Yeah, like I get that stuff in my cafeteria.
Pretty much. But
Yeah.
I mean, we don't usually get that type of food here in Colorado either. But
It's definitely more common in the
Yeah.
UK.
yeah. Hi, Kurt and Jody. Thanks so much for joining us.
Wow. Hi.
So yeah, are you guys ready to move on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we're gonna judge our experience halfway through. It's a little bit different than what we usually do.
Mhm.
So has our opinion changed halfway through dinner?
As far as atmosphere goes, okay, and I'm sure everybody's experienced some restaurants are louder than others. And I love the place they sat us. Was at the bar. It was this huge round piece of wood, like almost a table that was married into the bar.
Mm-hmm.
So, and we got that spot, and it was really cool. But it was so loud in there, and I already have a hard enough time hearing when it's not loud in there, and I couldn't hear a blessed thing. except for the music. You know, some of the music was good. I was singing along.
Yeah.
Garth Brooks and all that stuff, you know. I got friends in low places. So it was cool. So, but I did love the seating. I loved the bar. I loved, you know, but the noise. It was just almost unbearable.
Too much for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I am going to agree with Sir Bobbert here. I can be very ADD sometimes, and I can't focus on one voice at a time. So I'll dart from one table to another table, you know, focusing on their conversations instead of the one we're having at our table.
I think it's called nosy.
No, it's
I
just
don't
like,
think it's called ADD. It's called my nose is in your business.
no, but I mean, like, sometimes it'll just be I can't focus on the people that are talking right to me, you know, and so I'll be like thinking in my own headspace or whatnot. But it was really loud, and sometimes I couldn't hear. We had to shout across the table at some points, and I mean, I love where we were sat. I'm like, the bar is usually the loud place, and it was like the quietest in that restaurant.
It kind of was. I was like,
Yeah. I also think it was loud. I don't know if any of you that have been to Chef Arts before thought it was loud as well. But the loud didn't bother me. I mean, for me, it kind of raised up the energy. For
yeah,
me,
but you
a little
got bad
bit.
ears. You can hear anyway.
I can hear a lot better than you can. But also, you know, there still was a lot going on. But for me, the loud was like good. It was good energy loud. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and as far as, you know, halfway through, we got our food, right?
Mhm,
We
yeah.
got our food.
Do you remember what you got?
I do. I had catfish. And
Catfish.
I love me some catfish. And I'll tell you what, it was good, but it could have been seasoned just a little bit more, because I don't know how many of you people realize, you know, how regional foods are in the United States. It's like certain places a little more spice, certain places a little less spice. But, you know, that's the way the people like it, and that's just the way it is. And in Georgia, spice is kind of mellowed out a little bit versus Texas, Oklahoma, and, you know, Louisiana, the area I'm from.
Those
Right.
places can get spicy.
Yeah, but, you know, when you're weaned on a jalapeno, you know, spice is kind of what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's true.
So, but, you know, there was nothing wrong with it. The fish was cooked perfectly. It had great crust. It was crunchy. I just wanted a little more seasoning.
Okay. Kai?
I got the chicken fried steak like any good country southern person would do in a good country home restaurant. Yeah. And it was really, really good. I've always loved chicken fried steak. It was the outside was really crunchy, but the steak wasn't tough. A lot of the times chicken fried steaks can be overcooked and they can be really tough to cut into, but this one was really nice, and the knife was able to glide through the meat easily.
Right.
And I
Right.
had the mashed potatoes and gravy, and let me tell y'all, the gravy,
Yeah, our southern's
magnificent.
coming out. Watch out.
Like, the gravy was unbelievable. It was great. It was like white gravy. White gravy's always
Yeah,
the best.
white gravy.
Oh yeah, I gotta tell you, I tasted her chicken fried steak, and it was the bomb. It was seasoned amazingly, and it was so crunchy and had such a thick crust on it. It was like heaven on a plate.
Okay, if you guys out there are not getting hungry by now,
Prepare yourselves.
We are not doing it right. That's a good old Texas saying, right?
Just a little
Weaned on a jalapeno.
Just a little disclaimer here, though. We didn't get appetizers since the selections were kind of limited.
Yeah, there was
little
only
bit.
like 4 or 5 choices, and they're meh.
And I'm kind of glad that we didn't get an appetizer, because let me tell you guys, their entree sizes are massive. Like,
Yeah.
they are big.
Everything is bigger.
Everything
the
is
portions
big.
were
Like,
good.
good old Chef Art, he wants to feed you and make you fat and happy, because I got the fried chicken and it came with mashed potatoes. We're talking it was like half a chicken. So
Well, it was half chicken.
it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was huge. Kai and I probably could have shared it and been just fine.
Mm-hmm.
And I can eat. Let me tell you, I don't have any problem finishing my dinner, but it was big. It was really big. But I think, like you said, the star was the mashed potatoes.
Mhm.
I could have taken a bath in those things and been just happy.
I would like to have seen that. First off, I want to see a bathtub full of mashed potatoes and gravy. That would be like, wow.
So yeah, I found the food very good. So my impression halfway through, only got better because I had 2 cocktails.
Oh yeah, the
Kelly.
cocktails were great. Yeah, they were good. We had like it's called a Florida Crush, and it's like orange and strawberries
Fresh
muddled in.
squeezed orange juice.
But first, let me
Slow down.
slow your roll. It's like oranges and strawberries muddled in the bottom of a glass with Tito's vodka, and then they put fresh squeezed orange juice on
Florida
top of
orange
it.
juice.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
and then a little bit of agave
Oh yeah, that's right. I
to
forgot about
sweeten it up. And man, I could have drank a dozen of those. I could have swam in that.
Yeah.
I could have took a bath in that one.
It was like orange. It was like Tang, or have you guys had Tang? Em and John, you probably.
Oh my God, no!
Wait,
Tang
you
is
know
gross.
Tang? Yeah, but anyway, it was good.
Tang's
And
disgusting.
y'all won't believe this. I had the most extraordinary drink in the world, a Coke.
Coke.
It's boring to be 12, isn't it? I'm sorry.
Slightly.
Okay, so are you guys done with your halfway experience?
Well, yeah, the service was good. The
Mm-hmm.
food came in timely, and I was okay with that. So, how are you going to do? Which was so? What do you think about the vibe? Did it still love?
Just right. It was just right for me.
Disliked.
Yeah. You disliked the vibe halfway
Disliked halfway through.
through?
Okay.
Amen to that.
Okay. Can't live without chicken fried steak.
Hey, yeah, amen to that because they do it right. So what about the food?
The food for me was just right.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I loved mine.
Okay.
Okay.
And what about the service?
Service was just right. Also friendly, quick. We didn't have to wait too long. The bartenders were like on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, when I could hear them.
Yeah. I had to interpret for you a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
But
That's okay. That's why I bring my signer.
yeah.
I thought it was just.
She's like, cocktail.
I thought it was just right as well because even when our primetime bartender had to leave, another one switched out and filled in her place rather quickly.
Mhm.
So it was a nice transition.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, they had like 3 or 4
Yeah.
bartenders that were circling like vultures, but
Yeah.
that was okay.
And they were all really nice.
Yeah, they took really good care of us.
Mhm.
We didn't want for anything
Mm-mm.
really when we were there.
Nope.
So, are you ready to move on?
Let's move on.
Okay, overall experience, which includes returnability factor and value for the money.
I thought it was perfect, right on point. The prices, you get huge portions.
Portions?
You get huge portions. You say huge portions. Yeah.
Mrs. Wiggins.
Mrs. Wiggins, get a huge portions. And the portions were great. The food was great. The price was right. I thought the value was there, dead on.
Okay.
I
What
can't
about returnability factor?
Well,
You.
you're a little bit. You always try to keep us from spending our money. What did you think?
I can't really speak for the money, but I didn't really look at the prices for that one, but I do try to keep conscientious on not making them go broke on the first meal. But it was big and delicious, so it's good. It's worth their money for me.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was totally on point price wise for the portions that you get. I thought it was very well worth it. Not overpriced at all for the like massive amounts of food that you get.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay, so big question is, would you go back?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
even though it was loud.
Yes.
Okay,
I would go back. I'll just bring earplugs.
pack your hot sauce and your earplugs. And
Yeah.
you're good to go.
Oh, yeah. Go bring me some hot. I bet if I'd have asked for it, they'd have had hot sauce.
I'm sure.
It might not have been Tabasco, but it probably was good.
You
Not
never know.
sponsored. Who knows?
Yeah, Kaya, would you go back?
I would 100% go back. I think the main reason that I would go back, though, was to see if it would be any louder or it would be more enjoyable if the crowds were.
Oh, come on now. When I was
lower.
singing I've Got Friends, you know,
Okay,
you
yeah,
were like,
that was great.
Mhm.
Okay, but that had nothing to do with the people yelling, "Arr," you know. So I would,
Well, you could always maybe ask to be sat outside or something where it wasn't
or I
so
could
loud.
return and do an experiment on if it got louder or if it got quieter. I think that was the main reason that I would go back to see if my experience differed compared
True.
to the crowd level.
True. The loud didn't bother me at all again. So yeah, I would go back in a heartbeat. I would actually like to go back and try their brunch.
yeah, the brunch looked pretty good.
Yeah. Looked really, really
I'll tell
good.
you what, though, you ain't had brunch till you go to a gospel brunch.
But we're not talking about gospel.
I know,
brunch.
but I'm just telling you.
Okay. All right. So let us know, you guys in the chat, if you have been to Chef Arts. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Would you go back or would you not go back? Let us know while we move on. Intermission.
So where are we going to next?
We are going to
Morimoto Asia. I get to cut you off this
thanks.
time.
So we're going from Southern to Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So it was pretty loud when you went there, but the outside looked nice. So
Okay.
you agree that it was kind of loud. But personally, I thought the loud contributed to the fun.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be,
and then she yells at me for being too loud.
yeah. Like, okay, I'm gonna share a little
Because I'm fun.
a nice story time for y'all. And during the intermission, we were at El Molino's in September, and dearest mom dropped some sort of utensil, and it made this sad noise. And I was like, I yelled, and everybody was looking like, "Way to make a scene, mom!" And then she yelled.
That's
at me.
different though, because if the whole restaurant's quiet, that's different. It's different.
Honest to God, I think that I'm gonna be transparent with you guys. I don't remember much about the restaurant. I don't even remember. I don't remember the taste of the chicken fried steak.
Okay.
I just remember the cutability. I was just focused on the noise.
I can vouch for it. It was good.
Okay.
Okay, we're done with the noise. Everybody gets
Done with
it.
the noise and the funk, and we are moving on.
Everybody gets it.
Okay.
My hat is crooked.
Good job.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. So we are moving on to Morimoto Asia. Let us know in the chat if you guys have been to Morimoto Asia before, or if you want to go to
Yeah.
Morimoto, if it's on your list.
Or let us know if you want us to sing and dance.
And
Morimoto
just talk
Asia.
about something else.
Have we bored the socks off of you yet? Just wait. It's
That's
coming.
okay. You're gonna get some dining experience. You know, you're just a baby, Mike, in the whole Disney World dining. You know, your time is coming. Believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Morimoto Asia, first impressions.
I thought it was outstanding. The decor in Morimoto Asia is bar none some of the best I've ever seen in a Disney restaurant.
Really?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
I love the way the stairs go up.
Okay.
I love how they're, they were like almost transparent.
Were they?
Mhm.
Yeah. They were very shiny.
So shiny.
And they had those cool chandeliers hanging from the ceiling.
Yeah, those are cool. I
And
like
you could
those.
just like see the whole restaurant pretty much from anywhere you sat. And I think Morimoto Asia is very well designed.
Okay.
I think that the vibe was phenomenal. I love the dark modern look. I've always loved the modern look of any place ever. But there was this textured wall, and it was like this geometric black wall, and I loved it. And the staircase was made out of this like sort of black marble, and there were lights that ascended with the stairs. It was beautiful. I absolutely loved it.
That might be an option. Depends on how many cocktails we have.
Yeah, we're still working on them.
I'm still a child
Cheers,
of God.
King.
I-
You're still underage. That's your problem. My first impression, yes, I liked it a lot. I kind of expected from the pictures that I saw to have it be a little more, actually, a little more, just,
That's why I don't look at pictures before I go.
yeah, that's true. I should probably not do that too.
No.
But yes, the atmosphere, I think maybe it was where we got sat. We got sat like back kind of against a wall.
It was a glass.
Against the windows.
Yeah.
So, you didn't get like the whole vibe of the restaurant. I didn't anyway.
I saw it pretty good.
I
was
did
like,
too.
Maybe it was just me. But it's kind of like we were baby and we got sat in the corner.
well,
To
maybe
me.
it wasn't loud enough for you.
Maybe it wasn't loud enough for me. So yeah, it was beautiful, but maybe I just wasn't like 100%.
Oh, one of the greatest things was like there was a bachelorette party going on. They were getting drunk.
Oh,
And
yeah,
it
there
was-
was.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
Ramen with crispy noodles. That sounds really good right about now, actually.
kind of does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, menu First impression?
Well, Morimoto had a pretty good menu. There was one thing I was kind of disappointed at. It was because I was looking forward to Peking duck, but you can only it serves 2.
I dissed him. Sorry.
But nobody else wanted it. So I was kind of like,
I know. We kind of went in there with the plan to have the Peking duck, didn't we?
yeah, but I didn't realize they only served 2. I didn't know that.
Yeah, unless you can eat enough for 2 people.
Well, but that's kind of pointless. Why do that?
Yeah. The menu for me, I expected a little bit more in the choice of sushi. I mean, they did have what I wanted, but kind of coming from Morimoto, watching Morimoto on Iron Chef and everything like that, and maybe it was just a limited menu too. I don't know. We may have to go back and try it. Just the sushi choices, everything was spicy. Like except for just California roll. It seemed like everything, was spicy.
Had a little bit of a kick to it.
Quote unquote. It said spicy. Spicy tuna, spicy salmon, stuff like that.
See, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
For me, the menu, I had my heart set on ramen, and ramen was what I saw. So I didn't pay attention to anything else. I was just like on a mission. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's move on.
Yeah, but you had, never mind.
I didn't have
We're going to
sushi.
talk about the food.
Yeah, let's move on to greeting. How did
Oh,
you
the
feel?
greeting was good.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were on point. We went in and talked to them. We didn't have to wait long.
No, not long at all.
Got sat real fast. The server, she seemed a little green to me, just a little bit new.
Tiny bit, but
yeah, but
that's
like I
okay.
said, could have been because of people just getting back into the groove.
Yeah,
like I
we
said.
were at Morimoto's in late June, early July, so it was
Mhm.
really not long after they opened.
Yeah, the hotels had only been open. I think Disney Springs only been open a month.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the hotel's only been like a week and a half.
Right.
So
Yeah, I agree. Greeting was friendly. Didn't take long for us to get sat. So happy with all that.
yeah, and and our server was pretty quick. She
Mhm.
was pretty right there on the spot.
Yeah,
You
and
know.
friendly, very
And
friendly.
very friendly, yeah.
Yeah,
hmm
yeah.
So what do you think?
Loved it, hate it,
Yep.
just right.
Just right.
For what?
Yes, sir. The greeting.
Yeah.
The greeting was just right.
Okay. I thought it was just right too. Yeah. So you want to move to halfway?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Halfway through, did your opinion change?
A little bit.
A little bit?
Well, a little bit, because I was like, we had the food was good.
Let's start with the atmosphere.
start with the what?
Mm-mm.
Let's start
The
with
vibe. The vibe was the same. It stayed the same.
Yeah.
Had a Negroni. Didn't make it any better. Didn't make it any worse. So, sometimes those little cocktails
Sometimes the
make
cocktails
things that
make it
little bit
better.
better.
Yeah.
My vibe changed because I went to the bathroom, and the bathroom.
Bye, Hemp Hills. Thanks for joining us.
The bathroom was so pretty. It was like the prettiest bathroom ever. I could
You
camp
loved
out.
the bathroom.
I
Oh, no,
could-
she couldn't quit talking about the bathroom.
I know.
I would camp out in that bathroom.
She did camp out in that bathroom.
Okay. Yeah, my first impression of the vibe did not change halfway through. So
Okay, well, I still loved it.
I loved it.
okay, I thought it was just right. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was just right.
I loved it.
Okay, so let's talk about the food, which is most important.
Food. Okay, first off, they had one of my favorite appetizers. They had pork shumai. I love shumai.
But you didn't like the sauce it came with.
No, I thought it came with the dumpling sauce
Yeah,
instead.
you
It
liked
would have been
Kaya's dumpling
great.
sauce better.
Yeah. So, but those little purses of pork and shrimp and mushrooms are just all this yummy goodness. You just, like that. So good.
Okay. Kaya?
I had the shumai as well.
So good.
It was
No, you had the
No,
dumplings.
you had
okay.
dumplings.
Well, I had the dumplings. I had some sort of pot noodle dish with meat in the middle.
Yeah, you had the dumplings.
So I had the dumplings, and the dumpling sauce was very good. It was. I'm not one for any sauce other than soy sauce in the whole Asian category, but that dumpling sauce was really, really good. And those dumplings, I hoovered those down.
Yeah,
You did.
the bomb.
You did hoover those down. I ended up getting the spicy tuna roll. But if any of you guys are worried about spicy, it was not spicy. I'm a pretty big spice wimp.
Oh yeah.
It had like just a tiny, tiny little bit. of spice to it, but not
It wasn't even on the back burner.
anything that you needed to be worried about, really. But super good. I mean, I think I said this in our travel vlog. I would go back just for the sushi. It was really, really good. I'd like to sit, at the sushi bar.
Yeah, the sushi was good. I tell you, it was amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing, as it should be.
Mhm.
Yeah,
really.
Well, come on.
Yeah,
It's Morimoto.
You expect Morimoto, the sushi
Yeah.
man. And
so, what did you end up getting for your main entree?
my main entree, I got duck ramen, and it was a little disappointing.
Okay. Why?
Because the duck was very tough. And I thought that the broth could have had a little more flavor here.
Okay.
Because I've had duck ramen at 2 other places at Disney, and this was number 3. Because there was 2 other places that beat it out pretty big.
Where?
California Grill, which they don't do anymore, which I'm so
Not at the moment.
well. I had it the first time I was at California Grill. Haven't seen it since. No,
Yeah.
but it was amazing. It was probably the best one. It was so good.
Okay.
And the second one was Yak and Yeti.
Mm-hmm.
Yak and Yeti, oh my gosh. But it wasn't as good as California Grills, but it was great.
Okay. Kaya?
I also had the duck ramen, and I had my hopes so high because I live off of ghetto instant ramen.
You're a big ramen fan.
Like 5 days a week, and I really, really wanted this to be like the best ramen I've ever had. But I got this one really like tough piece of ramen, and it almost felt like it was bone.
Oh,
the duck.
The
Yeah.
duck. You had a tough piece of duck.
Yeah. And
Okay.
the broth, it was kind of flavorless, and I was very disappointed. Like, I think the best duck ramen I've had was the one in Louisiana, and that was really good, actually.
That was a long time
Oh my
ago.
gosh, was that at like Kingfish in
Yes.
Louisiana?
That was
Holy
a
crap,
long
that
time
one was
ago.
good too.
Yeah. Who knew there were so many duck ramens in the world?
I know. I forgot all about the one in Louisiana, but we're not talking about Louisiana right now.
No. I had beef lo mein, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was good. It had Chinese 5 spice in it that I could smell, so when it first came out, I could smell the Chinese 5 spice. If any of you guys are familiar with Chinese 5 spice, it's got a very strong smell. So I was a little concerned about it when I first got it because we had some Chinese 5 spice. I had some beef short ribs with Chinese 5 spice in them in a California Grill, and I did not like it at all.
Our family is very iffy with 5 spice.
With 5 spice.
We're 5 spice sensitive.
Yeah. So I was worried about it, but it wasn't bad. I think it had the aroma of 5 spice more than the flavor of 5 spice. So it ended up being good, but the sushi was the star for me.
Yeah. The sushi was good.
Yeah. And they had a nice cocktail list too. I had a lychee martini.
Oh yeah,
Which was really good.
That was pretty good. Like I said, I had Negroni. I had never had a Negroni before because I think it's a bourbon-based drink, and I don't usually do bourbon. But this was.
I think is it bourbon or is it?
It's bourbon.
No, it's gin.
Is it gin?
I think it might be gin.
We're gonna find out.
Yeah. So yeah, I had a really, really nice lychee martini. The only thing about it is our server did not ask me if I wanted a second cocktail.
No, she really didn't.
She did not.
She started to fall off there in the middle.
She did a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So that did kind of change my impression about halfway through. Usually if my drink is empty,
yeah, it's like
I'm usually good for another one.
If her drink is empty, she's ready.
Mm-hmm.
So they don't even have it on the menu anymore.
Oh, okay.
So
all right.
So yeah, alcohol.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gin, Negronis.
So halfway through, were we doing?
Yeah, halfway through.
What's your like, dislike? Just right.
I'm teetering on the border between just right and dislike.
Of what?
Of service. Just right was food, and then I still like the vibe of it.
Okay, I love the vibe still, but the service started to fall off a little bit, so I'm gonna say just right, and then I'm gonna say that dislike the food.
Hi.
Two Broke Mice. Hi, how you guys doing? We are talking about, right now we're talking about Morimoto Asia in Disney Springs. So yeah, Kaya.
I think I'm leaning more towards dislike. As much as I love the atmosphere and the vibe of it, the service, even I noticed the service. I'm not the most observant with service a lot of the times, but I don't know if the server was tired. It was probably a very long day, but the food also really kind of disappointed me since my expectations were so high. So I'm gonna
So
probably
appetizers were great, but
Appetizers were great. Entrees
not so
were
much.
left to be desired.
Okay.
So, but
Okay.
other than that,
And again, this could have been just the night that we were there.
Yeah,
right. Could have, and like I said, this was early July. It was.
they were still getting their
Things
groove.
were strange.
Yeah.
And they're, last
Yeah.
few times we've been back to places, it's getting better.
It's been great.
Okay. So are you ready to move on?
Yeah.
To overall experience?
Yeah.
I know, I'm sorry. But you guys probably had a much better overall experience. You weren't dealing with COVID and all of that other crap.
Yeah, and the whole mask situation.
Yeah, it was just different.
And everybody was probably just getting right back to work, you know, after months of being on leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about returnability factor and value. Would you go back?
Yeah, I would go back for the sushi.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
I would go back, and it would be cool to sit at the sushi bar and just have sushi.
Okay.
I would be back for the sushi bar and the dumplings.
Yeah, the appetizers were great.
Yeah, I would give it another chance. I think I'd give pretty much every restaurant we've been to during this whole COVID thing another chance to see what they're like at their full potential.
Yeah, this is really not fair.
Yeah, it's not.
No, it's very subjective.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have to take it with a grain of salt right now because it's just different. Yeah, I would totally go back. I would love to go back and maybe try something different, especially when they return to a more full menu. Yeah, I would not hesitate to go back, and in a heartbeat. Really.
So, what do you think of the value?
I thought it was pretty much on point for a famous chef restaurant.
Oh, that was a little pricey.
Did you?
Yeah,
Okay.
for what you
For
got,
what
I
we
thought it was a
got,
little pricey.
okay.
I thought it was a little pricey as well. Now, if Morimoto himself were to walk out that door, I would say, "Here is my bank account. Please have it."
Yeah, and we mentioned, I don't know if we mentioned this before or not, but the only other thing that was just slightly weird was they didn't take cash.
No.
I mean,
No.
I tried to pay in cash. That we try to pay in cash a lot while we're eating at Disney Springs or anywhere. She didn't even give us the option to pay in cash because she flat out refused to take my cash. So she wouldn't even let me tip her in cash, which I thought was kind of odd. But who knows?
There's a lot of weirdness going on.
A lot of weirdness going on.
Yeah.
So, and that may have
technically-
changed since we were there.
Well,
in
I haven't had
July.
any other problem with any other restaurant paying cash.
But then again, Morimoto Asia isn't like a Disney-owned restaurant,
No.
so it could have been under somebody else's rules, not necessarily like Morimoto's.
True,
Or it might
yeah.
have been him.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't mad about it. It
No.
was just,
No.
thought
Just
it was
kind of
odd.
surprising. It
Yeah.
took me aback.
Yeah, it was a little odd. Took me aback.
Whoa.
Okay. So, are you ready to move on?
Yep.
Okay. Next, we are going to talk about the Edison.
The Edison. I've always wanted to go to the Edison.
Yes.
I am so cool. I love steampunk.
Me too. Steampunk has always been one of my favorite vibes. I've always loved it since watching TV with this guy, watching tattoo artists being steampunk and whatnot. I've
Yeah.
always loved that vibe.
Tats rock.
Right.
And I've wanted to go to the Edison ever since it opened.
Oh, before we get into that, let us know in the chat if you guys have been to Morimoto Asia. I
And if
know,
you liked
John,
it.
you're going thumbs up. If you have liked it or not so much. I mean, I'm pretty sure that everyone, I have never really heard anything hugely negative about Morimoto
Yeah.
Asia.
No, I
Again.
haven't either, and I was really excited to try it. I just think it was the
it
time.
was just
Yeah.
the time.
It was just the wrong time to
I
be
think
there.
that everybody was just getting their stuff together.
And for that, I would definitely give it.
Yeah.
Every restaurant that we went to,
I would give it a
no
shot.
matter what experience we have, I would give it another shot in normal times.
So Cindy's giving her a thumbs up too. So out of the Disney, so what did you guys think of Morimoto Asia? Would you give it a thumbs up too? Anyway, let's move back to the Edison.
Okay, the Edison vibe, awesome, simply awesome. Some of the stuff they have inside that place is so cool. We were sat right by this huge freaking clock. It was amazing, and all the cool like steampunk stuff. They had little like engines and old timey motors, and just gears and brick, and it was awesome.
Yeah, and we had kind of a late reservation.
Yeah.
I think it was 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kaya?
I absolutely loved the vibe. I love the little invention they put on there, like the replicas. They had like they had machines and whatnot from when the old people invented them years ago. And this clock, you enter the restaurant and there's this huge steampunk like gear,
Mhm.
and it is so amazing. And it's like lit up with these red and green. No, not red and green. What's that?
Christmas.
Red and purple.
Purple
Not
and
red.
blue.
Purple and green lights.
Okay.
Bear with me here. Purple and green lights. And it was so amazing. I've always loved the vibe of steampunk. It's like one of my favorite things ever.
Okay. I agree. The vibe was super cool in there. Yeah, I don't really have much to add. Because Kaya kind of said all of
Kind
it.
of like all the superlatives are
Yeah,
going.
she
She took them. She just pulled them out and threw them.
Sorry.
Yeah. Greeting.
What about menu?
Okay, let's talk about menu.
Well, that goes along with the vibe because it was cool. It was like everything was like steampunk named,
Mhm.
like Edison and Tesla
Mhm.
and all this cool inventors that it was awesome.
Mhm.
Loved it.
Okay. Kaya, what do you think about the menu?
Yeah, what he said.
And it had lots of choices too.
It did. It had a lot of choices. And one thing that I really noticed was they had non-alcoholic drinks that were not lemonade. I've had this feud with Disney menus ongoing since like age 7 because I'm very picky about my non-alcoholic drinks, and they usually either have Coke or Odwalla lemonade.
Right.
And this restaurant did not have it, which I really enjoyed, and that really stuck out to me.
Yeah, they did have some really cool mocktails.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For either people that don't drink or kids.
Yeah, underage folks.
Yeah. So I really enjoyed that. I found actually their cocktail menu to be more extensive than their food menu.
That's boring.
Just for me. So you guys went, Em and John, was it quiet? Was it more quiet when you guys went? We were there, I think it was late, 8:30 at night.
Yeah, it was 8:30.
Night is where the
After we had a
steampunk is.
rousing game of miniature golf. Oh my gosh.
So yeah, and I remember you telling me, Emma, that you guys got sat like in the middle of the floor by the stage, kind of out there in the big open space. We were sat, if you walk in and you look down under the clock, we were just
Mhm.
below the clock, kind of in a little a smaller room back by the bathrooms.
Yeah.
So it was darker and they had big couches and stuff there. So
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I liked the couches. I thought it was kind of cool if you wanted to just hang out. It was kind of like a bar area
Yeah.
where we sat, and there was like lounges and couches with little short tables and stuff. I thought it was pretty freaking
yeah,
awesome.
I think it would make me feel a little weird too to be way out in the open
Yeah.
like that too.
And get this, there were like
I would love it.
There were like 2 or 3 separate bars.
There were a lot of bars.
There were a lot of bars,
Yeah.
And
but
there
since they're only filling half the restaurant, the whole upstairs was empty. So
So is that we're gonna throw down a challenge, Mr. Mike?
Please go to somewhere better.
No, Yak and Yeti's good.
Well, I mean, Yak and Yeti's great. Just like step up.
Expand your horizon.
Yes, get fancier.
Anyway, are you ready to talk about greeting?
yeah, the greeting was good. We were sat in a timely manner. No,
We had to
weren't. We had to wait. We had to
did
wait
have to
outside.
Yeah.
The thing is, they were a little hurried.
They were.
Yeah.
They were like running behind,
Yeah.
and you could tell because they were frantic.
And the thing is when we finally got sat, they were only a quarter full.
Yeah.
I mean, there were a lot of empty tables, and
Right.
they were. We sat outside. She told us right away that they were running behind, so we expected it. But we waited a good half an hour
Yeah.
past our reservation time. So they were a little discombobulated.
That's a good word for the Edison.
Yeah.
Discombobulation.
Even our server, it took her
like 15
minutes.
Turk her.
I said server.
You server Turk her.
Yeah.
It took her
her
about 15 minutes to
to even acknowledge us. That's true.
us. And then it took longer for our drinks.
Yeah.
So
so we just go. Love the vibe.
Yeah.
Thought the menu was just right, and the service was a little lacking.
Same.
Just like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go the same on all three.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So halfway through.
Did
your impression change?
Yes, because the drink was good.
Okay.
I mean, no, the vibe still. It just got better and better all night long. Just got better and better. We have cat problem, so we have to squirt cats
on the counter. We actually had the switch drinks, cocktails.
Yeah.
Because the one that I got, I liked yours better and you liked mine better, which is not a big deal. That happens. But
after we switched, it was good.
After we switched, it was good. And I think once I kind of settled down and wasn't like starving and in a big hurry to get my food, it was good.
I think you probably would have ordered the drink I ordered, but you were kind of leery of the green tea in it.
Yeah, but Bob ordered green electron.
Green electron.
And I ordered, what did I order? What was it called?
You ordered
something that was good.
Something with a pineapple leaf in it.
Yeah. Time Turner.
Time Turner.
But I liked Bob's better than mine.
And I got the apple propellant. It was very nice. Sometimes non-alcoholic drinks I can like overdo it or underdo it, but this one was really nice. It was like an apple cider ginger ale lemon drink.
Oh yeah.
Apple cider ginger ale lemon drink.
And apple cider seems
Apple
cider seems a little bit scary, but you couldn't really taste it that much.
You should probably write descriptions for menus.
You should.
I would be so good at that.
Yeah. If people would understand it.
Right.
It's a rubric.
Food.
Food. First off, appetizers, we had like the electric fries, and man, they were so good. They had all these yummy stuff on top, like bacon and cheese. There was a weird sauce. It was kind of a barbecue sauce.
A little bit. But it was good. But it had big shaved pieces of Parmesan cheese on it.
Yeah, chopped green onion and
we did not get the clothesline bacon, but we saw lots of them coming out of the kitchen.
Well, the reason because I can't see paying $18 for 4 pieces of bacon.
Some expensive bacon,
most of it comes
That's like you can get 4 packs of bacon for $18.
Most of it was the sage, but every time they would bring them out, because we were right next to the kitchen, it was like the sage brought me back to when like we would sage the houses. And it would be like
that's a whole nother conversation.
It totally brought her to her zenhood.
Yeah, it was really surreal for me.
I love the smell of sage. So.
I mean the presentation of the bacon was super cool.
Yeah, but it wasn't worth $18 to me.
For us,
sorry,
it was not. Maybe.
I mean, I'm sure it was great.
Yeah,
and it was candied bacon, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe. Have any of you guys had the bacon at the Edison? But yeah, it smelled amazing.
However, the electrifies, beware of this. The Parmesan and the sauce can clash sometimes. And it took a little bit for me to warm up to it.
It was a barbecue sauce, which is kind of weird on fries anyway. Mm-hmm. But it didn't stop me from eating it. I thought it was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was chock full.
I warmed up to it after a few taste testing.
Yeah. She's totally going to be a food critic. Like, she is already.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what other 12-year-old eats like this kid?
Oh, you should see what she eats. Oysters. She tries pretty much anything.
Yeah, pretty much anything.
It's amazing.
Service. Did your opinion of the service change?
No, it only got worse.
No.
It took longer.
I think that it had to do with the fact that we got seated so late and they were closing pretty soon. So I think they were kind of trying to
No, because they were still sitting people.
They were still sitting people when we left.
No, it was nothing about closing. Okay. They were still sitting people before we left, and it was just, but they were just like,
they were just off their game.
Yeah, they were running around like chickens with their head cut off.
Hi, Disney nerd herders. How are you guys? California Grill. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
That is a really good one.
We got reservations for California Grill in December.
We did. We did, but we're gonna be there in mid-December.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 12th.
We get there the day Mr. Mike leaves.
Oh, sad days.
Bad timing. I know. Yeah. Moving on. Yeah, the manager of the restaurant, she was helping out our server actually. And she was even a little flustered. So they were just off their game.
Yeah.
That night. Who knows if it's always that way.
Oh, we didn't even talk about our entrees.
Oh, we didn't.
No.
Okay, let's talk about them.
Yeah, I got the Edison burger. Edison
The what?
burger.
The
Edison
Edison
burger.
The edit a bit.
I got the little bit burger. Yep. Did you not understand that?
Say that 3
Let me-
times fast.
Edison burger.
Edison burger.
Okay.
Okay.
I got the Edison burger, and it was one of the best burgers I have
It was
ever
like
had.
The size of my
Size of
It
your
was
face.
massive, and it was like perfectly cooked, and it had juice running everywhere.
If you like a messy burger,
Oh, I like it sloppy.
that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Kai and I got the same thing.
We both got prime rib.
Mm-hmm. Prime rib was good. It wasn't the best prime rib I've ever had in my entire life, but it was good. Those
Yes.
are Dumbo ears, yes. Those are actually my Dumbo ears.
Yeah, we just like share custody.
we do.
Yeah.
We kind of share custody of all of our ears. Yeah, and it came with mashed potatoes.
And this honkin'
And-
piece of Yorkshire pudding.
We're pretty sure that's what it was.
Oh yeah, it was. It was
It
on the
was.
menu.
It was literally this big, you
Like,
guys.
it took up half of the freaking
It was
plate.
huge. Yeah.
I loved it because Kaya was like scared of it.
I wasn't scared of it. It was just like, it looked like a deflated wasp's nest. So it was a little bit like, whoa.
The descriptions this girl comes up
I
with.
deflated wasp nest.
God, I thought it was great. I ate hers. I loved it.
Yeah.
Did you finish describing your?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
No, we got the same thing, so you go for it.
So the prime rib, I was a little afraid that it would be cold. For some reason, I don't know why, but I just remember
You
that.
said in our video that I just edited that it was kind of cold.
It was kind of cold. It was like lukewarm.
They call it a popover. They didn't call it.
Oh, popover. Okay.
Popover.
You
Is
know-
a popover and a
It looked like a Yorkshire.
Yorkshire pudding the same thing?
It's like a
Is it the same thing?
doppelganger.
Okay.
But I am very picky about my meat temperatures. Like lukewarm meat is never the most pleasant thing ever. I'm not saying this is the fault of anybody, but it might have just been because they had sat there for a little bit. It wasn't too lukewarm, but it was a little bit
on the
cold.
cold-ish side.
I mean, it was seasoned pretty decently. I think it could have used a little more pepper
You always want more pepper.
and maybe a tad more salt.
Comes
But
by it honestly.
it was really easy to cut through. It was nice and bloody. That's always a good thing.
It was very bloody.
Yeah.
So it was mostly good, yeah.
Yeah. Does Yorkshire pudding typically come with gravy, Emma? Because ours did not. It was our popover pudding.
It was like the same. I've had Yorkshire pudding before, and it was like the same kind of pastry texture bread type thing.
but it was
It was
like the size of my face big. It was huge. Like half the plate.
wasn't that big.
It was massive.
It was huge.
It looked like a heart. Like literally
like I put
a
it
heart.
on another plate.
Yes,
to
it
fit
was
it.
this big.
It was. I don't remember that.
Okay.
I just thought it was great. I ate it.
Okay.
Good for you.
Anyway, that's the food.
Oh, and mine came with fries again, and it was
Again,
good too.
you were very fried.
I inhaled.
I
mine.
ate his fries. Those were great.
Yeah, she really liked my fries.
Okay, so yeah. You get gravy. There was no gravy with this
Yeah,
one.
there was
was
no
no-
gravy at all.
Oh, you know what the cool thing? I just forgot about it. You know, it's like my burger had like 3 different kinds of meat on it. It had like a
Mhm.
patty, it had short rib, and it had brisket. And it was awesome.
And did it have crispy fried onions?
Yes, and crispy
bacon.
fried. Yes, and bacon. It was like a meat-a-palooza on a burger bun.
Speaking of meat, so, and Emma, she said the gravy, our prime rib did not come with any sauce or anything. We just had to like sop up the blood and then eat that as the sauce. So
That
sorry.
sounds great.
That sounds really good. There was
So-
no au jus with it,
So I think it could have used some sort of like au jus or like
but it did come with
gravy.
horseradish.
Yeah. Just a
Yeah,
little
you want
bit.
to talk about picky eater?
Yeah,
Mhm.
she's very
I'm not a
discerning.
picky eater. I just have my standards.
She's a very discerning kid.
I have good taste buds, so.
Just really quickly. Yay. You're welcome, guys. You're welcome.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was, like I said, it wasn't the best prime rib I've ever had in my entire life, but it was good.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
had better at home.
Okay. Well, your dad happens to be a really good cook too.
Yeah.
So let's just generalize halfway through, like, dislike, or just right.
Food, loved.
Okay.
What else was on there?
Service.
Vibe, still good. Service, it was sad, but you know what? We didn't go away hungry, and we got food.
Yeah.
We got drinks.
Yeah.
And like I said, just because they were a little frazzled, what are you gonna do?
It does. Prime rib totally needs.
It needs au jus, that's for sure.
It does.
I didn't even remember that.
I think it had a horseradish cream sauce.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
I think you're right.
You didn't eat yours.
But it didn't have any au jus, and that's just wrong.
Yeah, that is a sin in the prime rib book.
Okay. Kaya?
I thought it was just right, I guess, kind of.
You didn't dislike
food-
it. It was just right.
The food, I could actually remember how it tasted, so apparently it was good enough to
Okay.
be memorable. The service kind of made it go a little more towards dislike, so I'd say just right, kind of dislike.
Okay. I think it was just right. Yeah. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was just right.
I love the food.
Okay. I think yours might have been the best then.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong. If the brisket's right, you can't go wrong. So, and it was, like I said, it was juicy. It was meaty. It was like everything a good old fat boy like me likes.
Oh, and I have to add, we did not have dessert at any of these 3 restaurants.
We weren't on the dining plan, so
No, that had nothing to do with it. We would have got it if we needed it.
If there was anything.
It's like the choices were so limited
mm-hmm.
that, like, I think Chef Arts had 2 things.
And we usually
and we were too full.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were pretty stuffed.
And if we wanted to get something, we'd normally go somewhere else in Disney Springs, like.
Well, we went to Amorette's.
Yeah, we went to Amorette's twice.
Or got
trip.
like gelato.
Yeah, we're trying to do that too. You guys, we're trying to try at least 1 or 2.
These were all new places for us. We had never been there before.
Not even
so
gonna lie.
this was like, we need to get out and start doing something different.
The pickings are getting kind of slim for new restaurants, though.
Well, there's still a whole lot we haven't tried yet.
We probably haven't done half of Disney Springs restaurants.
There's a whole lot.
Oh, well, Disney Springs restaurant.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot we haven't been to yet, but I think it's good. Try to, expand your horizons. I am the worst at staying in my comfort zone.
Is.
I do stay in my comfort zone a whole lot. And we look at the menus of things and I go, I don't know,
It took us like a week to talk her into the Edison.
It took us a week to talk her into maybe doing Spice Road Table.
Yeah, and then we had to cancel that trip.
Yeah.
So we're not even going to talk about that.
No.
So let's talk about overall experience.
Overall experience was, I think it was decent.
Okay.
Because the food was good, the vibe was good. I just, what can you say? It's too soon. It was just weird times.
We were at the Edison in September.
Yeah.
So.
Still a little weird. It was getting better, but still a little weird.
Okay. Kaya?
I thought it was decent. Like I said, I'm not expecting everybody to be on their top game, especially now. I would definitely go back, since I would go back everywhere during this time. So I thought it was fine. It didn't stick out to me.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was good. Probably not the best place we've ever been.
No.
But it was good. I'm glad we went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
So would you go back?
Oh, yeah. I want to go back after 10 o'clock. I want to go back when it's adults only. I want to see the burlesque show.
Yeah, me too.
So, and get drinks and just hang out, eat some of those electric fries. And
electric fries. Have any of you guys ever been? Yeah, have any of you guys ever been when it's adults only? Not that it's like, strip club.
The Nerd Herders are going to be there for Christmas.
I know. I want to go at Christmas sometime.
Okay, you go ahead.
Never. You're doing that one on your own.
Okay,
I'm going by myself.
guys, can she join you?
Yeah.
Because I have no desire to be there for Christmas.
Yeah, I would love to. I would love to be there at Christmas. I would go back, but probably not. Well, I am going back right away, as a matter of fact, because I'm going back next week, as a matter of fact, with Dre and Devin and Theo. And Dre picked to go to the Edison, and I'm happy to go back, but
Don't get the prime rib.
I'm gonna try something different. Yeah. That's all I have to say about that.
Well, here's the strange thing is like there's a lot of restaurants that I've been to the first time and I ordered what I thought would be good and it wasn't that great and it kind of tainted the experience just a little bit.
Yak and Yeti.
Well, yeah. Well, Yak and Yeti, there's several of them I can name.
True. Yeah, that's very true.
And then gone back the second time and was blown away. And it's like those restaurants ended up being my favorites.
You actually thought about that about California Grill.
Yeah, I did.
The first time you went, you did not love it.
No, I didn't.
And the second time, it was like, wow, that's
it was
really
like, man,
good.
that was amazing. And then same with Yak and Yeti. I was like, yeah, and it was like, but then we went back the second time and I was.
That happens a lot with us too. I don't know about her, but like we have a thing with picking the wrong thing on the menu and then going back and finally picking something that we like. And then it's like,
well, you know, I thought I would like it. I just wanted to see it, you know, and it was like, and it ended up being like, eh. And then I was like, why is everybody so like, you know, jazzed about this place?
Yeah.
And then second time I went back, it was just
phenomenal.
Yeah. And I was I can't wait to go again.
Mm-hmm.
See? Christmas.
You guys just go. Have fun.
Okay, I'll just go by myself and whoever wants to meet me at Christmas.
Yeah. Oh, Thanksgiving too?
Hey, you know what? You go when you want to go.
And you know what? So what if you get disowned? At least you're in Disney.
That's right. So you can join us if you want.
Yeah.
Value for the money at the Edison. What did you think?
I thought it was worth it.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it wasn't that pricey and the food was big portions. It was good. The drinks were good.
Yeah.
I thought it was worth it.
Yeah, I did too. You probably don't have an opinion on that because you never pay for anything.
Okay, I was going to have an opinion. Thank you very much. I am a very money conscious 12-year-old.
You are.
So I thought that if we had gotten another item, it would be way too pricey, like the bacon, you know.
True.
But for what we got, I think it was pretty well priced, especially for the amount that we got. Like those fries were loaded.
They were huge too.
They were really big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't remember the price of the fries, but compared to
it was
4
less than
pieces
the
of
bacon.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I mean, the bacon's an experience. Seriously,
It is an experience.
You
You're
go
paying
there
for
for
the
the experience. You're not going there for the food,
Right,
you know, and
yeah.
the bacon part
I
anyway.
agree.
So if you're ready, you want an $18 experience, then by
You
all
go.
means, just do
Have
it.
at
eat
it.
that
Yeah.
4-piece bacon.
I mean, because people think we're nuts for paying what we pay to go to the parks,
Well,
but
yeah.
you know what?
But
It's
we
worth
go.
every penny.
And
It
all of
makes
you
us
guys
happy.
understand it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
worth every penny.
Yeah. Totally worth every penny. Yeah. So everybody's talking about Christmas and Thanksgiving.
Hey, let me tell y'all, it's not even Halloween. So if we could please keep the holiday talk to a minimum, it would make my experience.
We have a rule in our house. There's nothing Christmas until after Halloween or after Thanksgiving, actually, because it ain't right.
Yeah. Maybe our next live stream is going to be talking about the holidays at Disney.
Maybe.
So have any of you guys in the chat been to the Edison? Yes or no? And if you did you like it or not like it? We would like to know. But anything else you want to add?
No, I just, like I said, it was like, this was like early on after the reopening, you know, and I guess people were still a little, you know, rusty and fearful. And, you know, like I said, it's getting better because we were in there in September. I'm going to be really interested to see how it was when Kelly gets back in October. So I think it's getting better and, you know, and people are hitting their stride and the fear's not as palpable, so to speak. And so like I said, take all this with a grain of salt because it's just, you know, was a weird time.
Yeah.
And I'm just can't wait to go back to some of these places. We just have to put them back in the rotation. because we have so many places we like to go, and we'll get there.
I really cannot stress this enough, but this is not a true full potential review. This is just what we've experienced during this time. So please do not take this and apply it to after the whole COVID thing, because the restaurants will probably 99% be not what it's like, how we've experienced it in this time.
Right. And I mean, far and wide, we did not have a negative experience at any of these.
No.
We are just being nitpicky just to be nitpicky, really.
Well, it's like we said, it's like if this is your first time to go to Disney, it's going to be weird. It's going to be different. It's not like our first time when we were just like, oh, but it's still great. It's like they say, a bad day at Disney beats the hell out of a good day anywhere else.
Right. And I do think it's super fair to at least give some place at least 2 tries.
Oh, yeah.
Before you make a true judgment.
Well, yeah, like I said, some of my favorite restaurants, the first time I went, I didn't like it. I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
But now I do. So
Yeah.
I'm a big proponent of, second chances.
Yep.
Second chances.
Second chances.
Yep.
All right. So we are just over our 1 hour mark. So I guess we are going to wrap it up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's about
Okay.
time to wrap it up.
Time to wrap it up. We're going to have another live stream on our channel in 2 weeks.
All right, no, because will you be gone?
No.
No, we're going to be, but I think we're going to do it on Monday
We might do another live stream on Monday.
because we got something going on Saturday.
Yeah. We'll explain that later. Unless it's Raglan Road, that's only gets one chance.
Yeah.
Bob's going to say that about Raglan Road.
I'm totally, I'm with you on that one.
Yeah. Anyway, we will let you guys know when our next live stream is. Our next live stream with Emma and John is going to be November the 29th. It was going to be the 14th, but I forgot I was going to be out of town for my cousin's wedding. So
oh my God.
That's my fault. But we always look forward to our.
Yeah, I think we're going to try ours
on
on Monday the 9th.
Monday the 9th.
Monday the 9th.
Okay.
At 7, or maybe a little earlier. We might try it at 5:30.
Yeah.
Monday the
Our time.
9th at 5:30 Mountain Time.
Yes.
So
yeah. So thank you guys so much for spending an hour with us today. We
wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Should we do this?
I don't know that song.
Wrap it up.
I'm so out of rhythm.
Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate every single one of you guys.
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Thank you so very much.
We love you. Thanks for spending some time with us. And I guess we will say good night.
Yeah, and feel free to comment and say how bad we sucked if you want to.
You can't say that.
Except for me, I am.
Why can't I
Okay,
say it?
We're wrapping it up.
Okay, we're wrapping
wrapping
up.
it up.
Okay, we'll have to say bye for now.
Bye for now, guys.
guys.
Thank you so much. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time.